What's going on? Welcome back to Trending Stocks. Today we're going to talk to you about SoundHound. Give you a quick overview of some of the data points, break it down on what is really moving it today, and go over everything else you need to know. But first, make sure to hit that thumbs up. And with that, let's get right to it. So SoundHound is down 11.02%, $20.96 a low, $23.50 the high. And so today is just a massive bloodbath across the board. 2 days left in the trading or in 2024. And so you're having profit taking as well as tax loss selling occurring at the same time. So it is just more of a bloodbath today. And at the same time, though, you're having algorithms turning very, very negative. So that's one thing that's really affecting SoundHound. So I want to go over all the things that you need to know. But as far as today, no official news from SoundHound itself, although I did see it was posted on Reddit. So for this upcoming CES, which is being held between January 7th and the 10th, so obviously SoundHound does have a booth there. As far as I can see, I don't think they're actually presenting. I think there was more just clearly they're going to do their own thing at their own booth. But looking here, I don't remember seeing this the very first time, but it says step inside a Lucid Air to see SoundHound Chat AI in action. So that might be essentially the newest partnership that they have not announced, nor has Lucid. So in reality, if this actually does come to fruition and there is a partnership with Lucid, that is just a step in the right direction towards eventually obtaining Tesla. So I think Lucid's a good stepping stone, but ultimately the end goal, what people want, is Tesla. There's a lot of big uses for SoundHound technology, and so I think a lot of people at the same time are focusing on McDonald's, but there's so much more to just like the potential than just that. But still, I think in general there's a lot of upside in SoundHound. They just need to keep performing, hitting it on the mark and whatever else. But so today you had algorithmic trading really pushing SoundHound down, and the reason why you can tell that is based on this. So these are all the transactions that have occurred so far on the secondary market above $100,000, and this is it. So A, this is abnormally low. B, a lot of selling coming from big money. So just based on this, it doesn't actually coincide with the overall volume. So this is how you can tell that algorithmic trading is very negative today. So you're having just algorithms pushing everything down, big money not really buying the dip, and then you're having shorts at the same time. Right now they are increasing 703,000 shares. They're going back to their same old way where they were increasing, I think it was around 5 million shares first thing. So you're having all of that occur at the same time, and that's why SoundHound is down a lot. So in reality, just anticipate, I'll go over the technicals near the end of the video, but just anticipate a lot of volatility in the foreseeable future, but even more so if you're seeing big money not really buying the dip. So we'll just have to wait and see how it does play out, but 25.39% of the free float is being shorted. Works out to be 83.58 million shares overall are being shorted. Just generally looking at what shorts have been doing, they've been slowly returning ever since the peak of 27.45 on December the 23rd. So they have been returning a little bit, but still, given how much SoundHounds actually ran up, they have been losing a lot, but they've been very, very stubborn. But quickly moving over to the options, 6.48 million in calls, 3.62 million in puts. So today is going to be a fairly high volume day for the options. 54% of all the options being done so far today, though, are bearish in nature. So that's also something very abnormal for SoundHound. So generally, even when it has sold off in the past, you see the options fairly optimistic. Not so much today. But of the call options that are being purchased, you see a consensus for it to be roughly around that $23 to $24 range. So even the optimism is starting to diminish slightly. The bears are anticipating for it to be sub roughly $20. So anything's possible, but I think in general, one key point to really watch for is just big money buying and what big money is doing behind the scenes, because SoundHound is a good hybrid stock. I've explained this in the past. So has a lot of AI tendencies, so it's an AI stock. It's also a squeeze play in some cases, or it could be seen as that. But more specifically, one thing that's been really driving it higher lately is it being a momentum play. And for a momentum play, you need a lot of capital to get in. So obviously if big money's not really buying the dip, then this is where you'll see a little bit of a pullback. So just be prepared for a lot of volatility. But right now with it at $21.37, it is trading between these 2 points. So this pivot in this S1, so $20.26 is going to be that next strong support, followed by 18.81. But if it does get bought up and it starts to move higher, $22.60, $24.94, and then $26.39 is going to be the next strong kind of target / resistance points. So in the past, whenever like SoundHound's pulled back, usually you get this buying around lunchtime for the most part, and then it starts to trend up higher. But today, like I said, there's just a lot of blood in the market, so it'll be interesting to see exactly what does happen. But aside from that, no new analyst ratings, nothing like that, aside from unofficially maybe announcing this partnership, which I think in general is very, very good. But on the actual chart itself, today, because of the pullback, it is below the ALMA. So signaling that there might be a little bit more downside coming, as I've kind of explained in this video. But one very key point to watch for is this 1496. So this is kind of what algorithms signal SoundHound as a buy or as a sell. So obviously today, I think the algorithms across the board are very negative. But if, for instance, SoundHound was to kind of trend below that range of 1496, then this is all like where all hell will kind of break loose. So just kind of take a mental note of that. But aside from that, it is above all the key pivotal moving averages that I generally like to look at. And even stochastic RSI, it is very oversold. So if there is a good piece of news that they do put out, then you could see a rush of kind of value or buying associated to that. I'm kind of surprised the fact that SoundHound hasn't actually done any PR. They just dropped this random little blip right here saying step inside a lucid air, but they don't really add much additional context to that. I believe in fireside chats, they've kind of talked on lucid in the past, but even coming from Lucid's standpoint, which is kind of unique because I actually have a dedicated Lucid channel, and they've never alluded to, I believe they kind of talked on Google kind of helping with the AI component of that. They've never mentioned SoundHound. So that'll be interesting to see what does come from that, or from CES ultimately. But like I said, some key points to really watch for going forward into the next couple of trading days is just what big money is going to be doing, as well as just the support levels. So just take a note of that. If you still do believe in SoundHound bigger picture, obviously take advantage, buy the dip if necessary, or take profits. I have a sense that a lot of people will probably be taking profits today, as just a lot of fear is across the board. Fear and greed index looks like it might be dipping to the extreme fear category today. So again, just be prepared for the worst, in my opinion. So let me know your thoughts on SoundHound. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up and subscribe. I always greatly appreciate that. And then pop over to my Patreon, where I give buy signals on stocks, options, and crypto. Many of them have been absolute bangers. Even over the weekend, I did say that Faraday was going to have a good pop, and as of right now, it is up 39%. It did have a high of $3.21. Same goes for Hologram. A lot of stocks, including yours truly, SoundHound, has been buy signals on there. So definitely worth a quick pop over there and take a look. Link in the description below, and also the comments. With all that, appreciate all of you watching.